some years back, I used to, so many years back actually, I used to see my dad, who is late now, when we are having family meetings. He would always tell us to put our phones on the table. Whichever phone you have, you put it on the table. Or he tells us, give me all your phones and then alaziweka somewhere there, because he used to I love doing a lot of family meetings, just talking to us, having conversations and all that. So I used to feel like, kwani huyu mzee ni nini namsumbua, you know? And during that time, I think we only used to have like Facebook platform, Twitter, and you do a lot of texting. And because we were young, we had the Kabaton phone. You would always do a lot of texting, and all that. So he didn't like it that when we are having now conversations as a family, some people on their phones texting, some are maybe chatting, I don't know with what, some are on Facebook scrolling. He hated that to the core. So to instill that discipline in us, that when we are doing family meetings and having conversations as a family, you don't use your phone at any time. And if he finds you doing that, then that's a whole discussion again, okay? So at that time, I really didn't see the value of it, and I felt like, hey, huyu mzee ametukalia sana, okay? But with time, right now, I'm so grown, I'm an adult, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and I'm also in leadership, you see. I see now the essence of what my dad used to instill in us during that time. And it is a good discipline. And I realized nowadays there is something that is affecting so many people. There is something that is affecting so many families. There is something that is really eating us up. And I think people are not really talking about it so much. Maybe just undertones kidogo kidogo, but it's not a real conversation that people are having in this era. It's about social media addiction. So many young people, and with we are in an era where many people want to work online or are working online. So much information is online. So many things are happening online. If you want to purchase something, you can just go online and you get so many platforms and so much information about what you want and anything you want about it. But we don't really talk about the addiction aspect of it. The point where like so many of our young people and even adults are so glued on their gadgets, are so glued on their phones, that it's even affecting a bigger percentage of their lives. They are losing their social aspect. In church, you find that people are in church, but wengine bado wako kwa simu. When you ask them, how was church? They'll be like, the church was good. When you go deeper and ask deeper questions, what was the preaching about? What did you understand? Hakuna kitu anaweza kuambia, because they were so busy on their phones, okay? So it is simply an urge. It's an addiction. A social media addiction is simply an urge. That urge that is constant, you know, that you want to check your phone, you want to scroll, you want to engage with social media platforms. Unaanza na Facebook, and after you are from Facebook, you go to IG. After Instagram, you're on TikTok. Unashinda TikTok. After TikTok, you're on WhatsApp. After WhatsApp, you go to Twitter. And it's a cycle. Before you know it, you've spent 2.5 hours. My goodness, 2.5 hours on your gadget without knowing. It is not healthy. There is the healthy aspect of it where you create time and you're like, okay, I'm going to check for this and this and this. I'm going to look for this and this and this. And then once you're done, you put your phone besides Amakando and then you go and do other things. But what are we doing nowadays? People are on phones always. They are looking at what is trending, what is going on, what are so and so saying, what has this the celebrity fulani and fulani amesema nini, you know, tunatafuta hizo moshene, and without knowing we tend to lean more on it, and it tends to define us more, and now it becomes something that we can't do without. Simu yako ikiharibika kidogo, you feel like you are very sick. Okay, you feel like, oh my God, I'm so sick. Why? And you're not sick. It's just because there is something you're used to doing, but now you can't do it anymore because your gadget imeharibika. It's a very, very terrible addiction, and it's something that we really need to look into, something that we really need to address, and make sure that we are raising a generation that if all the gadgets were taken away, no TV, no computer, no smartphone, and you are left in this world without those things, are you still going to survive? Are you still going to enjoy life without those things? And if your answer is no, that you can't do away with your phone even for 2 hours, leave alone half a day, leave alone 1 day, if you can't do away with your phone even for 2 hours, then there is a problem that needs to be addressed. Now, let us look at these signs. That what are those things that you can look at, you can pinpoint, and then you conclude that I am addicted to social media. One, you can't stop it even when you want. So it ends up controlling your time, controlling your focus, and it makes you restless. Okay, you can't do without it. Unataka tu uone ni nini iko kwa simu, ni nini inaendelea, what is going on, what is happening online, and all those kinds of things. And then it's an addiction. You'll know that you're addicted to it when you value likes and followers and comments. You know, it's like your whole life depends on social media. You want that online approval. Okay, like when you post something on Facebook or Instagram and upate wale mahaters wameamua hiyo ndo siku yenye watakuamulia, and they make some comments that are not healthy, you feel like you are so affected, you feel like imepumiza sana, then you are very much addicted to it, because those are people who don't even know you. They only know you from the social media facade, and that's it. But your real life and what you eat every day, how you dress, and the challenges you go through, they may not even really know you very well. But if their opinion about you affects you so much, if you post something and you don't get so many likes, it affects you so much. If you don't get so many followers and it affects you so much, then there is a level of addiction that is creeping into your life slowly by slowly, and you really need to check on it and work on that so that it doesn't become an issue in your future life. Okay, so those things that pull your attention, those things that make you, want to really be there and just do those things, be on social media and look at what people are saying. If they are just making you engulfed in those things so much, then there is an issue. Now, another sign is when you wake up in the morning and the first thing you want to do is reach your phone. Go to WhatsApp, go to Facebook, go to Instagram, go to IG, TikTok, and all those other platforms, Wangalia Emotion and all that. If that is it's like a habit you have, then that's a sign of addiction, because it's not a healthy one. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you need to do, it depends, it varies with different people. Baby, pray, thank God, it's a beautiful morning. Thank you, God, for waking me up. Thank you, Jesus, for giving me good health. Take at least a minute or two. Thank God for that day. Pray for your day. And then go maybe brush your teeth, wash your face. If you're going to work, you don't work from home, get in the shower, take a bath and all that. But if the first thing you do when you wake up is reaching out for your phone, then there is an issue with that. That is a sign that you really, really are getting addicted to social media. Another one, I think I already mentioned that when you can't go without checking your phone for few hours. You can't just say, I want to focus on this, bila kuangalia simu. you'll feel sick. You'll feel like, something is wrong. If you feel stressed about being offline, ati juu hauna data ya kwenda WhatsApp, kwenda Facebook, kwenda IG, TikTok, una feel like uko mgonjwa, something is missing, that is an addiction. You really need to work on it. And then when you start comparing yourself constantly, those people and those things that you see online, oh my God, I saw a classmate of mine online, anavaa hivi, anaishi hivi, anadrive hivi, and those kind of things kind of start affecting you, kind of start making you feel like you have not achieved anything, kind of start making you feel like you are losing value or you have not yet reached that level, then that is a problem. And you really need to work on it, because you are, as an individual, you are different, you're peculiar, you are unique, you are created differently from your classmates, from your relatives and friends out there and colleagues. You have a different path in life. But when social media makes you want to know what is happening in other people's lives, and it's stressing you so much because now you're comparing your life with those ones of those people out there, then there is a problem, and a huge problem. And you really need to start working on it and adjusting your life properly. When being on social media makes you neglect your surrounding, okay? Like, for instance, I'm a mom, and I have a child, a daughter who is almost 2 years now. And when I am with her, I don't have quality time with her. We are in the same room, yes, but I'm not giving her the attention she needs as a child. That there is a problem, because I'm now present, absent. I'm there physically, but I'm not engaging with her. I am there, but I'm disconnected, okay? Because I'm on phone, or probably I'm doing other things online, or following up other things and all that. Then that is a sign that you are addicted, and you really need to work on it so that it doesn't destroy your life, because this addiction is really destroying people's lives. You go, sometimes I go to speak to young people, different places, and you are there busy, putting your all out and sharing the little wisdom and the knowledge that you have to these young people. But most of them, they're just like this on phones. And when you ask a question and you say, so and so, can you tell us about this? They have nothing to say. And yet the answer is what you have presented earlier on in your presentation. But why can't they say anything? It's because they are present, absent. Addiction of social media is a very, very bad disease that only you as a person can be in a position to deal with it. And if you're a parent or you're a guardian, then you are even at a better place to train your children so that you raise a people who have a discipline of using social media and even their gadgets, that there is more to life than just social media, okay? Social media should not define you. And there are also constructive things you can go and check on it, other than just following people's lives and being entertained overly, which is not a healthy thing. Now, social media addiction also has its own dangers. I'll just mention a few and then we wrap up. We have mental health issues. There are people who are really affected mentally because of social media addiction, because it has created a lot of anxiety, depression, loneliness, in people, and even low self-esteem. Juu ninaenda social media naona the classmates wenye tulikuwa na wao, they are thriving, they are living good lives, they are doing sijui what, na sijui ni nini inaendelea kwa maisha yao. Maybe kwa ground vitu ni different, but because of that I develop a fear of missing out. I develop a fear of not being worthy, and not achieving or not have achieved what I really was created to achieve up to that particular level that I am. So it's creating a lot of anxiety, a lot of pain, a lot of loneliness. So nataka tu nijikaishe, sitaki watu watasema mimi sijui niko aje. My friend, social media inaweza kukudanganya kabisa. There are people who are living fake life on social media, but ukienda kwa ground vitu ni different, so it should not affect you to that much. But if you're addicted to it to that level, then it will definitely affect you, because you know what you consume most of your time tends to define who you are. Okay, it tends to make you look like it. It's only a matter of time before you start looking like what you're consuming every time. And it's so simple. When you eat a meal that is not a balanced diet, you're just eating carbohydrates. There is a high chance you will have some malnutrition. It is the same way with what we consume and what we feed ourselves, even out here. The knowledge we feed on, the things we look at, the people we work with, the times and the things that we spend most of our times with, they define who we are. And within no time, we tend to become what we consume. So be very, very careful about what you consume, because it will either build you up or destroy you all the more. Social media has damaged our relationships. It has wasted people's times. It has brought the issue of identity crisis, because now people want to identify or build or define their identity with what is on social media and what people will say. Okay, there are people who wamepost kapita wanaambiwa wow, uko hivi. So they tend to build their identity on that. But when life, because life is a mystery, and somehow we are subjected to challenges at one time or another, when now real life presents itself to you and all that was on the social media becomes useless, you have no ground to land on. Why? Because you built your identity on the things that are on social media, on the likes, on the followers, and everything that is there. But kwa ground, haukukuwa na stamina ya kustand a test of time. So it is something we really need to check into and really put in effort, even in addressing it with whoever is surrounding us. We need to tell people we need to have moderation. Let's have time. Okay, there is a video I did about boundaries. Let's set boundaries for ourselves, even on social media, that I can only be there for this particular time, but after I have done A, B, and C. Okay, because you still need to be very effective in your real life and be also up to task or be current with what is happening around you. And we can get more information on social media, but let's have boundaries on how we use our social media platforms, because we'll end up damaging our relationships where we think we are present, but indeed we are absent as parents, as employees, employers, as relatives, as siblings and things like that, so that we become better people and a better society. Set boundaries and have a discipline on how you use your social media platforms and how you engage with your gadgets, okay? If this video has been of value to you, feel free to share with your loved ones and your friends. See you in the next one.